Top. This your boy, Chad Visionary.
This your boy, E-Money Boss, and you're now tuned in to the Top Hill Podcast. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. I'm your boy, E-Money Boss.
I'm Chad Visionary in the back.
And I'm your girl, Jamila, with her own boss.
And we are back with another lit episode of Top Hill Podcast. I'm so hyped about this episode because we got an amazing young gentleman that's about to come on to our podcast and grace our studio. He is the founder of Blame Yourself Clothing, and he goes by the name of Ddot. Come on in, Ddot. What's up, bro? What's good?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
What's up, man? Hey, man.
We are so glad to have you on.
Thank you.
Welcome to Top Hill, brother.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So yeah, man. Tell us about Blame Yourself. First of all, the name is dope.
Hold on, tell us about your fit real quick. What you wearing right now?
I can't be there. Like, all right, like let's get to the real important stuff first. What you wearing, bro?
Yeah, tell the
About to
viewers
do
what
that,
you
make
wearing,
wear
man.
fly shit.
All right, no cool, right.
The shoe cam like Wendy Williams.
I got the Blame Yourself trucker hat right here.
Okay.
This is exclusive. It's not out yet, but soon enough.
Okay.
Then I just got my Birkenstocks on. Summer, I'm usually comfortable. Like slides, you know.
Yeah, Birkin is in right now.
Yeah.
For
Shout out to
sure.
HBCU fit.
Oh man, this HBCU tee from 2003. I'm big on vintage. That's like a big thing for me. And then I'm obsessed with Eric Emanuel shorts. Like that's like that all summer. This is really my summer fit. Vintage tee, EE shorts, and Birkenstocks. Like that's me right there.
Okay.
Oh, super dope, super comfortable. That's cool. That's cool.
Appreciate that, man.
Sure.
Hey man, get your stuff off, man. Get it off, man. I see you, cuz. You know, the Chad's the fashion man in the back. You know what I mean?
Explain it, because it's definitely different. It's definitely different, but I'm all for the comfortability. Like that's me all day long.
I like it when it's, to me, you're not really fly unless you're comfortable.
Exactly,
like you could be flat out.
Imagine being a female.
That's
like imagine having to wear heels.
Yeah.
Imagine having to wear makeup. You can't wipe your eye. You can't cry. You can't sweat. You can't do nothing. It's not comfortable. That's why I don't do it anymore.
I can't speak for females. I can only speak for myself.
Right.
Me personally, like if let's say I want some shoes, but they like a half size too small or something. I mean, I used to do that when I was younger, but like. Now I'm like, nah, bro. I missed that. Yeah, I just missed out on those, you know? Like, it's cool. Like, so, yeah, for me, it's if you're not comfortable, you're not really fly. And you could tell, you could see when people not comfortable, bro. Like,
yeah, the people that try to force
agree.
you to, like, you
can't force it, right?
Yeah, for sure, man.
Oh, yeah, I got it.
Squeezing yourself in the small ass clothes. Dudes do it too.
Yeah.
I'm not here to slander no
right.
Actually,
But man, put your soles back in your shoes.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow.
But man, we here to talk about you and your brand, man. Tell the people
how they can blame themselves.
Yeah.
Yes, talk about it.
I appreciate that. So Blame Yourself is basically just a concept I had. Just about self-accountability. I feel like our generation misplaces blame a lot. You know, like something will happen to you and you won't say like, oh, I did that. You know, like that's my part. You'll find everything else. Like
Relationships, jobs.
Right, your boss. Like it's you. You know, a lot of time. Well,
even when it's not you, it's still you. Because you can always take yourself out of the situation and fix it. Like. Even when it's not you, it's you.
That's something that people don't get sometimes, like with Blame Yourself, and you hit it right on the head. Even when it's like literally out of your control, sometimes you could step back and be like, "Whoa, why do I associate with that person?" Or you know what I'm saying? So, I really came up with the concept. I was a manager at a hotel, and I was hiring a lot of young black kids, thinking I'm doing good, you know, trying to give back.
Right.
And then, you know, they just doing me wrong, coming to work late. Just,
y'all friends and stuff, trying to take advantage of the relationship.
Yes,
hey, let me get a
on
room,
my
bro.
clock. just really abusing me. So, you know, I would hear stuff like, Like, I'll be like, why are you late? They'll say, oh, my alarm didn't go off.
They telling you the truth instead of telling you the lie that they would tell somebody else.
But my thing is, like, like, what do your alarm got to do if you come in?
Right.
I mean, like, set it like, it's your fault.
Right.
Basically, like,
Right.
Even if the alarm didn't go off.
at the end of the day, it's your fault. Like, just fess up to it. Once you do that, we can move past it. We can grow from there. And I think that's what people need to realize. Like, you need to look in the mirror. And that's one positive, in my opinion, about this pandemic. Like, if you can find any positives, it's giving a lot of people time to reflect.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's time that people don't take. And sometimes you can't, because life is just so go. Like, you get off work, then you got to take your kids somewhere, or, you know, whatever it may be.
Right.
This downtime is giving people time to reflect and really think, like, you know, what role do I play in this? Or, you know, just time to think of and blame yourself, really. So that's really, like, my whole concept. It is a positive message. Some people can misconstrue it. Like, I'll have a shirt on, like a blame yourself shirt or hat, and I'll be like, I want to blame you. And I'm like, that's not what it's about.
Right.
It's a catch-22 though. Like, the way I look at it, especially because I'm a firm believer of the law of attraction. So it's just like, we attract everything that we are and that we think about. So it's just like, if you are really trying to grow, you have to start with yourself. You can't expect change to happen outside of yourself.
I agree with you wholeheartedly. Like, I truly believe in the laws of attraction as well. Like, if you think about it, like, if that's what's on your mind 24/7, like, I think about blame yourself 24/7. Like, even when I was working or whatever else, I'm always thinking about the brand. So, like, opportunities come because, like, I did a pop-up in January and February before the lockdown, you know, like the opportunity is this opportunity right here.
Right.
I think about the brand 24/7, and, you know, luckily, you know, I met Chad, and that's how things work. You know, you never know who you're gonna meet or how you're gonna connect.
Absolutely.
And one of my biggest things, one of my catchphrases for the brand is, it's not a deflection, it's a reflection. So, like, when people come up to me and are like, I'm gonna blame you, like, I'm not placing my blame on you. I'm like a mirror for you.
Exactly.
So that's how I think about that.
That's super dope, man.
It's also meeting people at the level that they're at. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they want to blame me when they're looking at me where blame yourself, then you're not even who I'm talking to.
They're telling
like,
you exactly who they are and why I don't need to be.
Exactly.
Why we can have a conversation. I know
They're
who
not
you
in
are.
that place of growth. Like, when you come to a place of growth, even if you're not even trying to grow, it comes a time when you sit down with yourself, like you said, reflecting. And before you can get the opportunity to point the finger at yourself and blame yourself, it's kind of like, what is going wrong? Like, we always want to be like, okay, this is wrong, but sometimes it's like, you can't keep doing the same things expecting different results. So let me just switch it up. Even if I'm not wrong, let me just put myself in the wrong shoes and just see if I can make some changes.
Right. And it really starts with you. You're the baseline. Like, for example, I could tell you somebody that didn't agree with, like, 3 of their bosses, you know, like, every new job they got, they hate their boss. I'm like, only thing that changed, you're the one that went on you know, so, and now you're your own boss. You know
Right, exactly.
But it came with blame yourself. It's so crazy because I've seen Chad wear the blame yourself shirt.
Yeah.
And I had no idea who you were or what you were. So when I seen it come across the group message, I was like, oh, he actually knows the person of that brand. Because I was looking at it, I liked the blame yourself.
Yeah, I love it. And it's crazy. I just met you for the first time today.
Right.
But I was excited to have you on. I went to your website looking for the clothes. It's like, dang, sold out everywhere. I'm like, God, man, how do I get one, man? What's going on, bro? 'Cause I like I said, when I seen Blame Yourself, I knew exactly what it was when I saw it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just because, like you said, the mindset that we have.
Right.
So what's going on with Blame Yourself, man? Like, how can we get some more merch, man? What's going on, bro?
Yeah, so right now, due to COVID, my funding for Blame Yourself is low right now, but I'm working on new products as we speak. I mean, like I said, to start the year, I had 2 pop-ups, very successful, but, you know, things slowed down for everybody a little bit. I think you were saying it didn't slow down for you, though.
No, honestly, it didn't. Yeah. Because I do nails, I had a lot of downtime in April. So I'm so used to working from 9 in the morning to 10 at night, no breaks all day. So when COVID happened, I just literally took that time to just figure it out. Like, just try to figure it out.
Right.
And it actually picked up. Like, I did numbers during COVID that I've never seen before in my life.
I'm happy for you. That's beautiful. I don't have the same story.
I know. Maybe we can sit down and talk about it, though.
No,
We can figure out what went wrong.
Definitely. But yeah, so that's the thing. But I'm definitely working on that. I'm actually working on my next. I have like I said, with COVID, this gave me a lot of time to reflect, a lot of time to think. So
when your comeback comes, like I said, in April I made $0, and then in May, we ain't gonna talk about the number, but it was crazy. I hope the same thing happens for you. Like, shit's slow, and then when it picks up, it's gonna be crazy.
I mean, I already have like the new collections like lined up, like the next things I'm about to do. Like one thing that's definitely coming real soon is a tote bag.
Okay.
So the tote bag will be available soon, maybe like by August. The tote bag will be out. And then after that, I have a collection I'm working on called Soft Addictions.
Okay.
So soft addictions are the things that people, don't realize is an addiction. Like it doesn't have the same psychological effect as like a drug or alcohol. So you don't think it's an addiction. For example, Instagram, social media.
Okay.
Chocolate, like snacks.
I definitely got some soft addictions. I ain't gonna hold you.
Sodas, coffee, cigarettes. Cigarettes are like right there as a soft addiction, not truly like a drug, but they're right there. Even TV, even binging. Like you sitting on the couch, just totally just veg out. You're just like, I'm gonna watch one more episode. Like, and a lot of times, this is how you know it's a soft addiction. You'll say something like, it's not like I'm on drugs or something like that. That's how you know right away. Like,
Facts.
That's real. That's real.
Like, you need to change now. So, and blame yourself to me is all about awareness. So once I learned about those things and saw that how it was affecting me in my life, I was like, okay, I need to raise awareness on this. So the Soft Addictions collection will be out in the fall. It's gonna focus on like TV, soda, things of that nature, and then. The first product I ever released was this hoodie where I flipped the Newport graphic, and a lot of people love that graphic, and they always asking me to bring it back, but I haven't really had a reason. I'm not the type of person to like keep restocking things. I like to like keep it moving, keep the products new. That's what
as you should.
That's what keeps me like in it, like just having these new
supply
ideas.
And demand. That's where that money comes out. Okay.
And I feel you on that. That's why
we are demanding more blame yourself stuff we've seen already.
that's why I realized I need to find ways to bring back the old stuff. So realizing that this Soft Addictions collection, cigarettes falls under that, so I could bring back this Newport flip hoodie that everybody loves. So that'll be back too in the fall.
Another good soft addiction, codependency in relationships.
Oh
my God. That is a killer.
Now you're potting.
When you said it, like my mind just started in the back of my. I'm listening, but I'm thinking. I'm like, there's so many.
There's so many people in your life that are like jumping from relationship to relationship,
or staying in a relationship.
That's crazy.
And again, the underlying theme of all of those relationships is you. So like what role do you usually play in a relationship? How is it failing because of you? Like how could you have done better? And again, like people really need to take the time to think and reflect about those things. I have another collection after this one called just Reflections. Like I don't want to give too much.
But we
appreciate it, man. Keep spilling out.
I mean, by the grace of God, like that's how I know. Like I feel like blame yourself is my purpose because I haven't lost any like love for it. Like the ideas keep coming. So
that's an awesome feeling.
This is what I'm into.
That's definitely
keep the fire going, man.
For real, I want to collab. You understand? Because like my Her Own Boss brand is very similar to yours. Just in regards to just making people aware of the law of attraction and just themselves. Like. I just love your movement.
Not for sure. I'm always down to collab. I haven't collabed with anybody yet. I got some. That's something else that's working too.
Me too, because I can definitely see Her Own Boss. Blame yourself.
So who?
We'll talk after the pod.
I feel times Her Own Boss, times blame yourself.
Better be done before. Y'all ready for this? But man, we were talking so much before the podcast started, man, and One of the things that I wanted to talk to you about was, you're a product of an HBCU.
Yeah.
I'm a product of an HBCU. Mm-hmm. Shout out North Carolina Agricultural Technical State University and Morgan
Swear
State
he does that
University.
every podcast.
You should. That's yours too. Absolutely.
I graduated.
No? Which one? You got to clarify. It's like, no.
That was funny. Yeah, you're funny.
Yeah, shout
do a podcast.
Shout out Howard University, man. So, man, tell us about your experience coming from, because you said you're from Cali, you came out here, you went to school in Howard. Tell us about your experience going to an HBCU, and why did you choose an HBCU over any other school?
Oh, man. So, yeah, I grew up in LA my whole life till high school. I mean, all through my whole life till high school. Then I moved to DC to go to Howard. I feel like, I don't know, sometimes I feel like, I'm sure you all feel this way too, like life is just like planned. Like I feel like it was just my next move was to go to Howard. Mm-hmm. My mom and my granny are born and raised in DC, but they moved to LA when my mom was in high school, and she just stayed out there, raised me out there. But I will always come to DC to visit family for summers and things of that nature, weddings, funerals, whatever it may be. So I always like really loved DC. Like I was like, man, I really want to be here. I want to spend more time here. But I was, a middle school, high school. I can't decide to just up and leave.
Right.
So Howard was honestly I applied to Howard and Morgan. That was it.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
and I could have applied to the whole Cal State system with one application. I was like, no, I only want to go to a HBCU. I only want to go to Howard. And I've been reflecting on this lately. My whole life, I've been in I get what would be an HBCU of a middle school or high school. Like I've always only been around black people or people of color, really. And man, it's special, dude. I don't think anybody. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people that can attest to that, but whoever can attest to it is very special. Just always being who you are. Like, you don't have to change for nobody, no code switching. Absolutely. Everybody, of course, there's different cultures, different people coming from different states, but at the same time, you can be you and just your unabashed self.
Yes.
Yeah, you can be black. Yeah,
One of the biggest misconceptions is that, why go to HBCU? You're already black. You already know how to be around black people. You should go to one of these PWIs and learn other people's cultures and know how to move in these cultures. But I know people personally, have been to HBCUs and been to PWIs, and they're like, if you go to HBCU, you truly learn who you are and where you fit on this planet. And once you really know who you are, this goes with anything. When you know who you are, then you can maneuver out and learn the world instead of trying to be something that you're not.
I can't believe people ask you that because I didn't go to college, but at the same time, it would make sense for me to want to go to a HBCU because just being black, it's not one type of black. You know what I mean? To go to a HBCU to me would have me, in my mind, I'm going to be with the elite of black people like myself. You know
I'm
what I
not
mean?
gonna lie, I wasn't thinking
black,
like that.
Being black, you don't get to be around elites all the time. No, you don't. Yeah. You don't get to be around people who think like you. 9 out of 10, they pick your other peers and things like that. They don't think like you.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't grow up like that because I grew up in a private school all my life, and I was around a majority white people. So I was always taught to be around white people and Asian people, different cultures. So when I was trying to pick college, that's what I was going for. I had that same, what you was just mentioning earlier, that conception of if you be in this certain type of college, you'll learn more and you'll maneuver more. But it took me a long time to realize that until I got older. So
it's funny you bring that up, bro. Because I went to private schools my whole life too.
Okay.
And I still, even at private schools, it was all black. It was super interesting.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, but and a lot of people discredit a HBCU degree or something, but I mean,
it's crazy, man.
The opportunities that I had at Howard are, I've been to the Google campus in New York through Howard. The marketing director of Nike has been on Howard campus. Bill Clinton was my graduation speaker.
Man, you gotta think, college is networking. You know what I mean? And that's basically one of the biggest lessons that I learned from going to HBCU in college is that you're building a network. You know what I mean? You're building a group of people and friends that can take you to the next level and stuff like that. So that's what I learned from going to HBCUs. I'm still I still have a lot of good friends that I went to school with. Shout out to all of them.
And probably more genuine relationships, because of course, being black, when we're around white people, even if they respect us, we respect them. Even if I'm a superior to white people, I always feel as though it's not like genuine. Like we're just putting on a show. We're just doing what we're supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? It's one thing to go to. In my head, I didn't go to college, but I could only just being around white people when I used to work with them. I always feel as though even if I'm a supervisor, it's like we're just putting on airs, like just showing off, and it doesn't. Like, when you leave there, it doesn't feel like you can really reach back out. Like, when you're in, it's cool. But once you're gone, it's like, you're gone.
Right. Yeah. So, man, another thing that I wanted to ask you about, too. You, being a black business owner and also being a manager as well, too. What is some of the differences and challenges you have to face with being on both sides of the fence? You know what I mean? Being a black business owner and then being a black consumer as well too. What is your expectations for people when they work for you and stuff?
Yeah, man. I mean, I feel like of course, as black people, we always have to be our best, put on ears, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like we have to perform at a higher level. Exactly. And I mean, as a black business owner, one reason why I've never done pre-orders or anything like that is because I've been I've been a black business consumer as well. Like I love to support black business, and it's interesting to me though. A lot of attention on black businesses right now. Yeah. I want to just speak to it from both sides. As a consumer of black business, I think we need to be patient with them. Like not out of nowhere, but there's been a boom, of course, of people wanting to support black businesses. So with that, we don't have the same product. Like, I'm independent, me personally. That's why Blame Yourself isn't always restocked, because I'm independent. It's my money out of my pocket, or I'm taking the money from the sales, putting it back into the business. But so I don't have the same production values or production times as I don't know, a white company, for example. Like it's tougher for me, and sometimes it's, as black people, we're expecting excellence, and it's tough. You get rude comments sometimes. I think we just need to be patient with the black businesses. Yeah. But then on the other side, as a black business owner, we have to be professional as well. We have to be professional, especially if we're providing a service. Like you, for example, like if you have an appointment with somebody, be there at the appointment time, early.
Right. At least early. Be there early, but at least be on time. Right,
exactly. And we already have, what I'll call a black king and queen time. I'm not going to say CP time. But, we already have that
it's unacceptable. Stereotype. It is so unacceptable. Like, I was telling you before the podcast about, I have a nail class. It runs 5 hours. 1 whole hour of my class is just for me explaining how to run your business, especially if you're black. Like, I always have to do the extras just in case you're black. Yeah. Because I notice what we do a lot is we pick and choose what we want to take from other businesses to apply it to our own. You know what I mean? I'm like, just because you don't have a boss doesn't mean that, because I don't have to clock in and out, I can show up when I want. No. Like, that doesn't make sense.
Absolutely. You got to have a certain level of professionalism if you want to be a business owner. Black, white, doesn't matter. And, we are our biggest critics. You know what I mean? Like, I go into a black restaurant all the time, and I see some of the customers telling the managers or the chefs or what they should be doing or what their policy should be. It's like, you have the nerve. You know what I mean? You have the nerve to tell these people what they should and should not do to you. You don't have no place. But we do that to ourselves because we feel comfortable with doing that to ourselves. Right. But like you said, on the other end of that, we do have to exuberate a level of professionalism to these customers where you don't even give them the chance to do that. Because when I see Susie, the owner of a flower shop in Utah, you know what I mean, and she gives me horrible service or whatever, stuff like that, I don't go out saying, like, this is why I don't support white businesses. You know what I mean? But if that was, Suzanne, doing the same thing, and I'm black and she's black, I'll be like, this is why I don't support black businesses. We can't do that to each other. You know what I mean? And if we do, we can't be vocal and let the whole world is looking at us right now. Some of these things and some of these conversations need to be held behind closed doors, and we need to go ahead and handle this shit.
We always feel the need to. We always feel the need to vocalize it and then emphasize it.
Right. Right. It's not everybody's business.
It's not.
Yeah.
But what we also have to do too is be accepting of criticism.
Yes, absolutely.
If you know that something's not right in your business, for one, it shouldn't be happening more than one time. It shouldn't be the regular. It shouldn't be consistent. And if it's not consistent, if someone brings it to you, you should be open to understanding that you're like, I tell my clients are my boss. You know what I mean? Just because I don't have a boss that signs my checks, they still giving me their money. Right. That's how my bills are getting paid. Like, you are my boss. I care about what you say.
Right.
We don't tend to do that a lot of the time. Just like we create a business and automatically we're it. Like, we're it.
You got to earn that. You know what I mean? If you have a business and you look at your Google reviews and you got 1 or 2 stars, look at those 1 or 2 stars and figure out why those are there. Blame yourself.
You're a podcaster. You're a podcaster.
Hey, man. That's our time right there, man. But Ddot, bro.
Oh, I had some more questions.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
All right, let me just ask you this one question. Who inspires you the most when it comes to making
Who's your top
content?
inspirations?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Who's your top inspirations?
In regards to fashion?
Yeah, in regards to fashion.
If I'm being...
I know you got a few.
If I'm being completely honest, bro, that's one of the reasons why I made Blame Yourself, because sometimes fashion is dull. It's not inspiring sometimes, you know, like, especially like on Instagram. Like, I was just talking to one of my friends. I asked him, like, man, whose fits are always on point on Instagram? We really can't say anybody, you know, like, so that's one of the reasons why I made Blame Yourself. I was like, you know, like, all of the brands out there, I really don't see anything that I like and I resonate with. Of course, there's a ton of black brands that I love. And, you know, you could hit me up. I'll tell you every black brand that I support. But sometimes I'll look at, like Supreme, for example. Like, I really got tired of Supreme. Like, it's dull to me.
I'm definitely tired of Supreme now, bro.
And even before they got their valuation, like, I just was like, this isn't it. So, honestly, I really, like, no one inspires me in fashion.
Hey, you don't like how black fashion is moving? Because I feel like we taking our stuff back. Because, like, we the ones who set the trends for real.
Oh, no question.
So, I just like how things is going in the fashion industry where we're taking stuff back. Like, all right, we buying black-owned everything. And we're telling people, like, we started this, we did this. So
no question. I mean, like, Jalil Peraza, Pierre Mosque, Kirby, Jean Raymond. It's a ton of black designers I really like. But, like, they inspire me in a way that I just want to be. I want to, like, be business owners like them. Like, I want to be as successful as them. But in regards to, like, whose designs inspire me, I'm not really, like, it's almost like, I don't know if you guys have heard this, when rappers don't listen to other people's music when they're working on their album. I don't want to get influenced by somebody else, you know. And that's, like, no disrespect to nobody. I'm not saying, like, I'm the, like, fashion god or anything like that.
You just want to be your own person.
Yeah.
You know yourself.
I respect
that. I mean, some people that's how you need to move. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Respect that.
Yeah, that's a good question.
So Ddot, man, tell everybody where they can find you, how they can hit you up and everything.
Okay.
Give your plugs, bro.
So my personal Instagram is ddot.porvida, ddot.por.vida, and then the Blame Yourself Instagram is Blame Yourself. So blame and then YOSELF, and then the web shop is blameyourself.bigcartel.com. And I also just really quickly want to shout out a black positivity platform that I created with one of my homegirls at Howard. It's called Black at Black Colleges. It's where you can go and share your HBCU experience. Right now, there's a lot of different pages like Black at Nike or Black at Marriott where people are going and sharing negative experiences they've had in the workplace. And I was just thinking to myself, wow, this is really negative. Where can we be black and it's fine, you know?
Right.
And the first place that came to mind was HBCUs. Definitely. So Black at Black Colleges, it's just a platform where you can submit your experience at a HBCU and why, you know, it's unbridled black joy. And I really want to get it out to recruiters so that they could use it as a tool for kids that are thinking about HBCUs. Like, they can have all of these experiences from past alumni to share with new students that are thinking about coming in. I expect you to
Oh,
share.
Right.
Yeah, be very easy, man. That's,
Yeah.
that's nothing. I got you, bro. I'm with
But
it.
yeah, that's me, man. Like I said, new stuff coming real soon. Tote bag on the way. Soft Addictions
I'm
collection
copping
on the
for
way.
sure.
I have actually an election piece I'm working on too. It's actually done. I just need to get it printed, but it's gonna be for election season.
Oh.
But yeah, that's me. Appreciate it.
Well, man, we definitely appreciate you for coming on, sharing your story, sharing Blame Yourself. We really appreciate
That's
it.
so fast. I don't want him to go yet.
I know. I'm looking at the time and I'm so
I'll come
upset.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Come
Yeah,
back,
we
come back.
we definitely come back, man. We definitely want you back on here. But that's our time, guys. Thank you guys so much
Thank
for
you so much.
tuning in to Top Hill Podcast. I'm your boy E Money Boss.
I'm your girl Jamila with her own boss.
And I'm Chad Visionary.
This is Top Hill. We out.
And we'll see you next week, guys.
Peace.
Peace.
Thank you.
Oh, man.